I found out he had 3 other children that my children never met. I found out that he was, whatever he's doing, you find out later, but you found out that you didn't own him. That's my point. You do not own anybody. And so once you get that through your mind that you do not own anybody, that's the first step to even opening up for polygamy, because you don't own anybody. Now, here's the thing. This goes for the woman, and this also goes for the man. You don't own anybody either. You do not own your wives. You got 3 wives. They are your wives. They are your partners, but you don't own them. And you should not make them feel like you own them. You should not make them feel like that they're second class because, it's 3 of them and 1 of you, 4 of them and 1 of you, 2 of them and 1 of you. That ain't how we're going to work this party. So hopefully when we get done with this party, the women will be empowered, and when they make the decision to be in a polygamous relationship, they will be empowered to be in this relationship, and they will understand that they are getting into it for nation-building purposes. Nation-building purposes is the reason why I promote polygamy. That's the reason why I promote polygamy. So a lot of people have their own ways of why they want to do polygamy. And you know what I say? You know what the Empress says? More power to you. I'm not here to judge you for whatever you want to do it for. My purpose of doing it is for nation building, okay? And so let's talk about this nation building stuff. Okay, before we go to the lines, because this is a 1-hour show. By the way, if you stay with us after this show, our Wake the Hell Up Wednesday show is coming up, and y'all don't want to miss that because we have fun every week talking about the news. But that's directly after this show for Wake the Hell Up Wednesday here on Dynasty Network. But anyway, let's talk about the village building and the reason why I choose to be a polygamist. By the way, I do have some experiences in it for those of you who say, she ain't even, she ain't married, she's not in a polygamous relationship. Well, I used to be, okay? I was in one. It wasn't a long one. I can't tell you I got 15, 20 years in. Hell, I can't even tell you I got a whole year in, but I can tell you I got some time in a polygamous relationship. And did it work for me? The answer is no. That one did not work for me. But I also had boyfriends before. Did they work for me? Hell no. I would be talking to you right now if they did, okay? They did not work for me. So just like a monogamous relationship didn't work, the polygamous relationship didn't work. So the problem is not how you are going to live your lifestyle. The problem is how you're going to be able to come together with your mate and make things work. That's the problem. That's the issue, being honest, putting things on the table, and not being deceitful, which all 3 of those are in the same family, actually. Now, village building, again, this is the reason why I choose to be a polygamist. And then I'm going to tell you why I choose to only have one man and many wives as opposed to me having many men, which, that sounds kind of fun, but that ain't what I'm on right now. That's not what I'm on. But I have this, let me tell you this. For those of you who have not heard my story before, what sparked my interest in this lifestyle, if you will, is one day I was watching Shaka Zulu. A few years ago, a couple of years, maybe about 3 years ago, I was watching Shaka Zulu. And as I was watching that movie, one of the things that really struck my attention was how the women came together and they began to help each other. Now, the different wives that were married to the king, they didn't have any, well, the movie didn't show any fighting. They didn't, they wasn't bickering and all that stuff. They were helping each other when they were going through childbirth. They was helping each other when they would, when the king would have another wife come in, then they would help that wife to get adjusted or whatever. They were all helping each other as a village, okay? And might I pause right now and say this. When I watched the movie, this is what I saw. The king never met his wife to be. He never met his wife to be. As a matter of fact, the sister of the king picked his wife for him. Now, this is their tradition. So you can go back and study, the Amazulu's tradition. But the sister in this particular movie, Shaka Zulu, the sister picked the wife for her brother, okay? Because I believe at the time, I don't know where the mother was at, but the father was, he was there, but the sister picked the wife for the brother, so he had never seen her. So when they presented this sister to the king, she had her face covered. She had a veil over her face. And when she came in, she had to, they ended up doing some kind of dance, and then they pulled these, I'm going to say covers, but whatever they was using, they pulled them back, and the king and this wife-to-be got under the covers, and they covered them up head to toe. Now, I don't know what they was doing under there, but my guess is he was checking to make sure that her hymen was still intact. You know, the little thing that's in your yoni that shows that you haven't been entered. That he was checking to make sure that was intact. Like I said, they didn't say in the movie. I'm just guessing that's what he was doing. I don't know what other reason he would have to be under there for 5 seconds and then jump back up again, except for checking for that. So if y'all know what the hell he was doing, y'all can call in and tell me, because I don't know. But anyway, that was the first time he had contact with his wife-to-be. So my point is, he didn't pick the wife that he wanted. The sister picked the wife for him, okay? That's very significant. As we continue to go on in our shows, you will see why this is very significant, because remember, the name of the show is A Matriarchal System. A matriarchal system. Even though it's one man, many wives, it still should be a matriarchal system. Polygyny should be about the wife, the woman. It should be for the woman. It should be about the woman. But anyway, so when I saw this movie in Shaka Zulu movie, I was thinking, wow, I like how the sisters come together. I like how they help each other. I like how the village is running smoothly. Everybody was cleaning and taking care of stuff and cooking and whatever have you. And you know, of course, the king was being lazy and laying around drunken and all this stuff, and he died early. But anyway, the women were working together. And I thought to myself, that would be something that I would like to have in my family structure. I would like to have sisters where we can talk and share things and share stories, you know, like me and my best friend, my bestie right now. We talk on the phone a lot. We share stories. I would like to have that. And then after I saw that movie, I began to do some investigation. I began to do some research to find out, what is this whole thing of polygamy is about. And I remember running across a sister on one of these documentaries, and she was being interviewed by an American. And the American was asking her, said, look, why are you trying to get into polygamy? Why are you looking for, because the sister was looking for a family with more than, I think she said she wanted 3 wives. Nothing less than 3 wives. And so the American was asking her, why are you looking for a family that has 3 wives in it? And she went on to say, because of the workload that we have and, and the sistership and all of that, we need to share the workload. We need to share, in taking care of the children, share in taking care of this man, because y'all know our men can be a hot mess, right? I don't hear nobody. But anyway, I know we could be a hot mess too, but y'all really could be a hot mess. But anyway, that's why she said that she wanted to get into a relationship. So based off of what I had come across in my studies, I began to put a model together of how I wanted to practice this relationship. But here's the problem. I had to get over the fact that I was sharing my man, the man that I didn't have at the time. I still have to get over the fact in my mind, thinking if I'm going to be with somebody, I got to share him. Now, here in the Western world, we used to saying that we don't want to share somebody, but most of us have shared. Most of us have shared. Hell, most of you sharing right now. You don't even know it. Most of you are sharing right now, and you already know it. But you are killing yourself, crying every night because you want to know where he's at, what is he doing, and all these different things. But anyway, I'm going to open up the lines because, man, this time is going fast already. 646-716-5622. 7572. If you got anything to say at this point, up until this point, what I just said, you can call in right now. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to go on and talk to you about the fears that some of the women have when it comes to polygamy, period. Not even talking about polygyny, but polygamy, period. And so one of the fears, and again, I got these from people that called me or inboxed me or text me or emailed me or sent a story or whatever. That's how I got this whole list that I put together here. Now, the first fear that, you know what? Let me back up. Let me give you the premise of this show. I got so excited I forgot to tell you the premise of the show. The premise of this show is to take a deeper look into the ancient practices of polygamy and how it will promote village building amongst African or African descendants. This show will take the spookism out of the fear of sharing a spouse and empower the listener to bring structure to an already out-of-control situation within our nation. That's the premises of this show. Now, the first one on my list of women's fears for practicing polygamy is that they are afraid that the man will show favoritism in the family, okay? That's one of their biggest fears, that the man will show favoritism in the family. And you know what? I have to agree with them. I have to agree with them because I know there's brothers who are in this kind of relationship saying, you know, oh, I treat all my women equally and fairly. And, you know, in your mind you may be thinking that you are, but women know. We know when you like one of us better than you like the other, and that's natural. I mean, that's natural. Listen. I have 3 children, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you or them and tell them all that I love all of y'all the same way. All of y'all are doing the same thing. All of y'all make me feel the same way. One day I might have one that pisses me off, and I don't even want to talk to that one all day. The other 2 I might be okay with. Then the next day it might be a different one. Then the next day it might be a different one. So my children know that on certain days I have one that's my favorite, the one who helps me out and, you know, and carries my bags and, you know, whatever if he trying to get some money, but still he's helping me out. They all change. But the bottom line is that they all know that the common factor of it is that I love them all. I love all 3 of them. But to say that all 3 of them are my favorite or I don't have a favorite out the 3, that would be a lie. So you need to quit lying to yourself. We know that you have a favorite, and we can tell. We can tell that when you have a favorite, but you need to be honest about it. You really need to be honest about it because this is one of the fears that our sisters are having, brothers. If you want to know how come it's hard for you to find somebody to even agree to this, maybe this will help you. I'm trying to tell you what their fears are. And, again, I'm getting this from other people. This is not my fear. This is not my fear because I understand that there is favoritism within the family. It can be worked out, but it's there. So we need to be real about it. It is there. And you need to quit lying to these women and telling them, oh, I don't show favoritism. I will never do that. You a liar. You a liar. You don't have a choice. It's within you. But what you can do is learn how to make each woman feel special. You can do that. You make each one of them feel special, so special that they may not even recognize that you're being showing favorite to another one. You know, however you do it, I can't tell you how to run your household. I'm just saying quit lying to the sisters and telling them that you would treat them all equally 24/7 because, you know, I'm sorry, I don't believe it, and many of the sisters out here don't believe it either, just so you know, my brothers. Okay? Another fear that they don't want to practice polygamy is that they feel insecure. You have a lot of sisters that are already feeling insecure. They really are. You know, we've been beat the hell down. We've been talked about. You know, y'all know the story. Y'all listen to the shows plain enough to know me talking about, how we've been, how they removed us from the Trinity, if you will, and put us on the lowest of the totem pole. We've been beat the hell up. We have to deal with our men who are getting locked up. We got to deal with our men who are running to the pink woman, and we got to deal with our men who are becoming homosexual. I mean, there's so many different things we got to deal with that our men are leaving us.